This is not right. Alright, so properties. Display 0. That looks good. You see it? Wait. Yeah, alright, cool. Alright, good stuff, guys. So, here we go. So, 2017 TwitchCon Adventures. I tried to upload these things in relatively the order that I experienced them, but basically that just did not work. So, I'm going to have to jump up and down, and there'll be stories from the first day, the last day, the first day again. So, good stuff. So, when I actually got there, guys, we're going to go full screen here. They gave me this. They gave me this Twitch partner shirt here. Has my name on the back, Blade BowQuest, and it has 2017, which was pretty sweet. So, got my partner jersey, as they called it. Definitely enjoyed it. Had a good time. So that was Thursday. Now, right after I did that, I went around to the other side of TwitchCon, where they had their like special partner. It wasn't really a giveaway. It was just like the partner check-in. They gave me like a Twitch fanny pack. I wanted a backpack like they had last year, but they gave me the fanny pack, so alright. And this, look at this. So they actually gave me this charger, you guys. This phone charger. This is, I don't know, I would have guessed like 80 plus bucks or 100 bucks or something for a battery pack, but they gave it to every single partner. It was awesome. Corrosion was pretty jealous, I gotta say. So we did that. That was really fun. This is the California Pizza Kitchen. So this was across the street from the TwitchCon. Corrosion Riaz right here, you guys. Been my best friend for a long time. We've known each other over 10 years. Just a really good dude. But he has this thing where he does 100 push-ups before every meal. Oh, animated break. I'm glad you're here for these stories, dude. You're gonna enjoy it. So he does 100 push-ups before every meal, and I'm like, all right, man, well, like, I want to eat, so get to your push-ups, dude. So he's like, you know, where should I do them? What's going on? I'm like, here, who cares? Whatever, just do them on the sidewalk. I'm like, well, we'll check into this restaurant, the California Pizza Kitchen, and it was like a 15-minute wait. I'm like, you got your push-ups. Have a good time. So he's like over here on the corner doing these push-ups, and these three girls come up. So, this is Ellen Torrey. She goes up, and she's just like, oh, we're doing push-ups? All right. She just gets down, starts doing push-ups. Corrosion then waits for her to catch up. He did like 19 at that point, so she gets up to 19, and she's super competitive, apparently. So, like, they're having fun doing push-ups. I'm talking to these two. This is Starlight Skies, and this Trollfish Prince, who I thought was a hilarious name. Trollfish Prince does art and like gave it out, and we got to like get these cool collectibles. Anyway, talking to everybody while Crow just finishes push-ups, and then I'm like, hey, you know, we just put in our reservation for dinner for 2. Why don't we just make it 5? So we expanded it. We ended up getting a table for 5, and then all of us just had dinner, and it was a really fun the night before TwitchCon, just kind of like getting things going, meeting people, kind of thing. Now here's where it gets crazy. Starlight, you guys. Starlight's like, have you ever heard of MechWarrior? Now, I freak out way more than I should. I'm just like, oh, MechWarrior, what's going on? It's how we got our last names, BowQuest, Corrosion Riaz. Like, I was losing my mind inside this restaurant. It was completely absurd and should not have happened. But, yeah, I was going crazy, and I kind of misunderstood what was happening. But I just heard MechWarrior, and I lost it. Well, she's a game developer, and she's working on this game called Dark Horizons, which I thought was a MechWarrior game. So I'm like, I just got to nerd out right now. What year is it? Are we talking 3053? Have the clans invaded? Have we gone through the Treaty of Tukiyid? What is it, 3067? What's happening? And she doesn't even make a MechWarrior game, guys. She just makes a game that's like MechWarrior. So here I am embarrassing myself and just having the time of my life, honestly. It was really fun for me. Like, I didn't care. And, we just had this really awesome dinner. So she's like programming and designing the UI for this sort of thing, and I actually got to go hang out with her again on Sunday and see her development booth and play the game. So like all 5 of us just kind of hit it off right away. We had a really good time. So we had this dinner. It was awesome. They all love anime. We talked about anime and games and Twitch. It was fun. Found out. So she's a partner. She probably was a partner, not a partner. These two were going to the partner party, which I also was going to go to, but didn't know it was that night. Whoops. So just like Sarah, you know, I was hanging out with Sarah and her stream, and she's like, Blade, did you RSPV for the partner party? I was like, you have to do that? I don't know. I almost missed the whole invite, but and I still didn't know what day it was. So apparently it was that night. It was the first night. So we decided to just share an Uber, and all 5 of us end up going over to this partner party. So that was a picture taken by Corrosion Riaz, and then I retweeted it, so that's why that's up there. Yeah, it's me and our friend here, the Mech Warrior Dark Horizons developer. She's got her ears on there. And then Corrosion, this is when we first got our stuff at TwitchCon. So we make it over to the partner party, and the first guy I see is Tice. If you guys don't know Tice, you should. He was the European champion in Hearthstone 2 years in a row. I have watched so many of his matches. It's crazy. And like, you didn't know who I was, because I never talked to the stream and stuff, but I love this guy. He's a great player, he's super friendly, and he's a streamer. And I got to meet him. I was like, dude, you're awesome. Like, this is really cool. I fanboyed a little bit over like his Hearthstone skills and had a really good time meeting him. So got a picture with Tice, and like already it was an awesome night on the first day of TwitchCon. So we're mingling, we're going through. I got my cranberry juice because I don't drink, and that was exciting, and got that, and just walking around, and then I see this guy, Attack of the Afro. So Attack of the Afro, you guys, started streaming Black Desert, had a pretty small following, like 20, 30 viewers or so, had thousands of followers, but anytime you pop into a new game, you know, it always suffers. So I checked out his channel because I'm like, this guy looks interesting, and I really liked his attitude, and I became his friend. I was like, I like this guy, I want to be his friend. I was in his chat a lot. He didn't know I was a streamer, and then like I started tossing him some hosts, and we hit it off. We just become really good friends. He's since moved on from Black Desert, but like, he was a streamer friend of mine for a long time. But then he actually stopped being, well, he's still a streamer, but instead of just being a streamer, he also works for Twitch at this point. So that's really cool. And during the Black Desert issue, where people were like crazy reporting me for something I didn't do on Twitch, I reached out to him. I was like, what do I even do? And he basically like kind of talked me through it. He's like, don't worry about it, man. It's pretty obvious that, you know, you didn't do anything, and like we've got your back. So Attack the Afro, good friend of mine, got to just run into him and got to introduce him to Corrosion. So that was really cool. This is where the partner party was, just on the edge of the river. Not even 10 feet from seeing Attack the Afro is Grizzly Ben. So Grizzly Ben, also a longtime friend of mine. He and I both started streaming Elder Scrolls. He watched my stream originally, then decided to get into streaming himself. I have a lot of respect for Grizzly Ben because he does some really cool things with his community, where he'll pull everybody onto Discord, and like I don't want to do that, but he loves doing that. And he's just like, tell me about your life, and you know, what do you work and what do you do? And he somehow has been able to get to know every one of his viewers on like a very personal basis. He's become a variety streamer now, quit the whole ESO scene, but we've been friends for a long time, so it's really cool to run into him. Most of you guys should know this guy here. This is what, Lord Fingerush. So I'm all proud that I was the rank 1 PvPer in Elder Scrolls and was crowned Emperor twice. He's done it 67 times. You guys, it took me 3 weeks, or not 3 weeks, it took me 6 weeks to do it, and the final battle to earn Emperor was 37 hours for me, and then that's all I could do. Like, I had to step away from Elder Scrolls for 4 months. I landscaped, and I traveled, and I did all these other things. I then went back to work in like 2015, and then play ESO off and on when I wasn't working. But he was loyal to Bethesda and Elder Scrolls, and just kept churning out these Emperors. So he's an amazing PvPer, and a longtime friend of mine too. I knew him before he started streaming, or like right when he got started streaming, in the very beginning. In the first TwitchCon, that was when I was like on a hyper network mode. It was nuts. More than I should have been. I saw him, and I said hi to him. We got a picture of the first TwitchCon. I was like, all right, man, I'll meet up with you. And then I never saw him again that whole weekend. I was literally like, who are you? Who are you? What are you streaming? I just met hundreds and hundreds of streamers my first TwitchCon, and didn't really chill with any of my friends like I meant to do. So the second TwitchCon, though, Fingerush and I really wanted to like get to know each other a little bit more, and it was like the old ESO gang. Finger Rush, myself, Chimney Swift was hanging out, Cypher PK, Little Cadet, Elfin, and I brought Good Vibes Guy into that whole scene last year, and it was great. We had like a bunch of dinners. This is last TwitchCon, and had like, we found this Sunday place past midnight or something. Just shot the breeze and just kind of like, you know, became better actual friends last year. So it was really cool just running into him in that party. Alright, then, just around the corner, these faces. I know you guys know these faces. We got Ryu the Red and we got Joe Never Fails, you guys. Two friends for a really long time as well, so it was cool to introduce them to Corrosion. Ryu the Red I knew since Elder Scrolls days. He was streaming that. I was streaming Elder Scrolls back then. We both streamed Black Desert in the very beginning. He streamed continuously when I like went to Europe for a month last year. When I came back and swapped games, my channel definitely suffered. He threw me a bunch of hosts, and I threw him a bunch of hosts too when he came back to Black Desert. So, been good friends for a while. This guy, Joe Never Fails, this is such a cool story. So Joe Never Fails was ahead of me in a Starbucks line last year. And I was talking to everybody in front of me, I was talking to everybody behind me, I was talking to everybody at all times. I had the photo, you want the tallest one? Yeah. I just need to stand up straighter. No, he is taller than me. So, yeah, I met Joe Never Fails. We actually both had almost identical sized channels at the time. He did a lot of stuff in Final Fantasy. That was when I had some achievements in Black Desert already. So we became like instant friends over similar channels and MMO like achievements and stuff. So it was really cool. And it took me forever, but I finally got him to actually join Black Desert. It was something I really thought would be good for his channel, for him to join Black Desert. And he did. He streamed Black Desert this second even. Unless you're watching this on the VOD later. But, yeah, so he's doing really well, and he's working on his Striker up to 61. He was in Exceptional Legion for a short time. We got DJ Tech Live. So, this guy. Didn't really get to know him too well, but he was a friend of a friend. And, like, I knew who he was. He knew who I was just from popping into each other's streams, like, once or twice in the last few years. He's got really, really good audio quality. He does sound kind of like a DJ. Super friendly guy. And yeah, it's cool to meet him. Hey, look, guys, the Bay of BDO herself. So I got to meet Sarar, who had cookies for me, not just for me, but also for Morlin. Had some for Corrosion. She homemade chocolate chip cookies, and honestly, they're amazing. Some of the best I've ever had, which I was pretty surprised. It's like, dang, can I like start ordering these from the merch store? Because these are amazing. So we didn't get too much time to hang out at the party, but I did get to say hi and see her. And then I ran into Dr. Gluon. So Dr. Gluon, if you guys don't know Dr. Gluon, this was a cool, like, random happenstance last year, my second year at TwitchCon. This year I didn't really do, like, my turbo networking. I just kind of chilled out a little bit, honestly. Like, first year, sure. Second year, okay, you know. I had like 3,000 followers, and I think 6,000 followers or something. And this year I'm going with 35,000. So I was less like, hey, follow for follow. How's it going? What are you up to? This is great. Yeah, I'll toss you some hosts. Because that was literally my kind of like first 2 years. So I was a little bit hyper. But anyway, so not this year, but last year I was in a bar. I was with my ESO crew, my like 5 to 6 ESO buddies. And saw him over. He was talking to a bunch of hot girls. I felt like I should probably be talking to them as well. So I just go over and introduce myself to him and everybody he's talking to. I had a levitation apparatus, a magic trick ready to go. So when one of the girls handed me her card, I just spun it and it started rotating and like levitating in the air, right? It's a magic trick, but levitating. They're all like, what's happening? What's going on? You're the coolest person. Like, it was having a lot of fun with that. So after I talked to them and met their whole group, I introduced them to my ESO crew and like brought, 10 people together. I was like, oh, this guy does this, and just wanted everybody to be friends. We got some pictures, and I was almost going to leave the bar when another one of my friends, Eva, fellow streamer, you'll see a picture of her in a second. She walks in and like gives me a big hug, and she's got like a group of 10 with her. I'm meeting her friends. I'm introducing her to my friends. It was the first time we ever met last year. We tried to meet the first TwitchCon, didn't really work. So the second TwitchCon, though, we just ran into each other at this bar. And so Dr. Gluon comes up and says to Eva, is like, wait, you know this magician? because he knows me as the magician. Eva didn't even know I knew any magic tricks. So she's like, what are you talking about, magician? This is Blade Boquest. This is the streamer. He's been my friend for years. She's like, what does he mean, magician? And I started levitating pennies and dimes, and like her group of 10, my group of 10. It was like this crazy party last year. It was so much fun. Everybody was hyped. So yeah, just got to run into Dr. Gluon again. He didn't have his Fez last year. He has it this year. There's his Twitch and his Twitter. Or yeah, it's the same handle right there. So that was cool seeing him. Look at this guy. Anybody see this face before? I think you've seen this face before. Not mine. So, this is obviously Summit 1G, you guys. I had to meet him. It was pretty cool. Just hanging out at the partner party. And walked up. The cool thing was, I introduced myself. He was like, wait a second. You're the dude with 8 billion silver in Black Desert. I was like, yeah. Oh man, not anymore, but yeah, I did have it at that point. So it was kind of cool. So I guess he like occasionally popped in. But it was great to see him. I know he loved Black Desert for a long time, and it hurt his channel, I think, to be here as long as he wanted to be. And also, enchanting is the worst. So that drives away even the best players. But it was really cool. So I got to thank him in person for streaming Black Desert, because it did a lot for all the Black Desert streamers, honestly. So, especially me, as I was pretty much nocturnal at that point and usually streaming when he was not there. Okay, so still in the partner party. Let's see. What, did Corrosion and I get a picture with some fire? I don't know where that went. Oh well, I wanted a picture just with me and Corrosion hanging out in front of this fire, but I guess maybe you didn't put it on Twitter yet. And we didn't want to selfie mode it, so we met this guy over here, whose name is... Oh, there it is. Joshua. That's it, Joshua. So, yeah, met him. I forget what he streams, but just another friend there. That was pretty cool. After that, so that was the partner party. Then we went over to Discord party, which was pretty much winding down at that point. This guy. Yeah, this guy. He was fun. This guy's over from the UK. So, we talked for a little bit. He was pretty excited, you guys. He was pretty excited to be in California. But here we are outside the partner party waiting for Good Vibes Guy and Dr. Positive. It was all 4 of us sharing a hotel room. So we were waiting for those guys to pick us up. And Vibes missed like the majority of the partner party shenanigans and stuff. They came pretty late. So Vibes picks us up. We go over to the Discord party, which... yeah, so this is the Discord party. A little out of order, but it doesn't really matter. Dr. Darcy... I didn't know who this was, but he recognized me. He's like, Blade Boquest! That's always cool to hear your name, right? From just the sidelines. So he apparently used to watch my stream. And we're at the Ald's Dubliner. It's a bar. A lot of parties were at the Ald Dubliner, you guys. Pretty nuts. Okay, represent? Yeah, exactly. Brock's here. What's up, man? Looks like we had a really good time seeing these pictures. Yeah, it was pretty cool. This is actually the very, very first crew we met. This was before I even picked up my partner badge or anything, Thursday afternoon. What happened here? So we stayed at a Marriott about 10 minutes or so away from TwitchCon, and we were going to get a cab, but then I saw these two. They looked like gamers to me. So I was like, you guys go to TwitchCon? They said yeah, and I said, alright, we are too. Can we split an Uber with you? So we met these guys. Just really cool, friendly people. We got a picture. Alright, so finally made it over to the Discord party after the partner party. I accidentally lost my group by accident. Corrosion and Vibes, they did their thing, and I went Blade style off of my own. Ran into Cypher PK, everybody. Cypher PK. If you guys don't follow him, you really should. So it's the same right here, Cypher PK on Twitch. It's also got cypherpk.com. This is one of the OG Elder Scrolls friends that we had our little ESO group hangout. Knew him since he just started streaming, and he has done so well. He has worked harder at it than I ever have, and he has earned so much progress and stuff. He, for a long time, basically put out a YouTube video a day and a stream a day, and when have I ever done that? If you guys got a YouTube video out of me a month, then you're doing well. So, yeah, he's really cared, and he wanted to build this into a career. He's also just a fantastic gamer. You guys should just watch him because of how interesting it is to like see him learn stuff. It's really cool. He started playing For Honor within a couple months. They flew him out to Los Angeles for like one of the top 8 in America tournaments. Like he just picks up games and he just goes. So the cool thing is last year I got to meet his girlfriend. We all hung out together as a big group. This year, they're married, you guys. They're married. So I was really, really stoked to see that. Cypher, why don't you invite me to the wedding? Yeah, so that was really cool. I think there's still a handful of pictures from that first night. But either way, this is the second day at this point. So we're looking at Friday, which is actually the first official day of TwitchCon. That's somebody's leg, you guys. Somebody actually sent me a message of just that part, the like blade. I don't know about this. This looks a little strange. It does, actually. So in order to get a Legion t-shirt, I had to take a picture with her. She's one of Good Vibes' friends, Lenovo, which I guess is a computer brand of some kind. But the shirt, the Legion shirt, was awesome. I actually wore that the next day and loved it. Corrosion, though, didn't want to rock any name brands in particular. He's like, I'm only going to rock the things that sponsor me or that I absolutely 100% support. So he gave me his Legion shirt, so now I got 2 of them. It's a good shirt. We're Exceptional Legion. I don't see the problem. So either way, I got a shirt doing that. Hey, look at this, guys. So the Black Desert Lunch Meetup. So this is the picture kind of in the beginning here. I wish I could zoom in even more, but I think you guys can see it on your screen. So we have Serar to thank for this, as Cacao, the company that is promoting Black Desert in North America, who are between like 20 minutes and 60 minutes away from TwitchCon, decided not to go. Unfortunately. So all of us were frustrated by it, honestly. Every single Black Desert streamer were like, you guys don't have an hour? Like, there are people that just deal with influencing and marketing, managing and things, and they wouldn't even meet us on any of the days. So all of us were kind of bothered by that. Serar, though, basically bit the bullet, arranged this lunch. We're in the Al Dumbledore, so it's the same bar that we hung out with the night before. It's also a lunch place as well. Rip ESO 2K17 meta. That's true. Back to 1.6, right? The good ESO patch. But yeah, guys, so we got a bunch of friends. We got Corrosion Riaz, there's me, Morlin. You got Good Vibes Guy, Dr. Positive. Oh man, I'm gonna get tested here trying to know all the names. Alright, this is I Am Fury. This is not It's Joe Bear, though they look similar and I only got them, I may have gotten them confused once, but this is I Am Fury. We got VIP Status, who I believe is in the stream. He actually joined Team BoQuest today with a sub. Thanks again, buddy. Serar. Lance, and this friend. So yeah, we had a good time at this lunch, you guys. It was pretty cool. And then a lot of other people popped in, but we only got pictures in the beginning. So Joe Never Fails popped in, QMG Saint came by, and a handful of others actually. But yeah, we only got pictures in the beginning. We should have got more. Look at these guys, this happy couple. This is PA Unicorn, you guys. So she's on the webcam for the PA Unicorn channel. Let's see if they, what is their Twitch name? Because I don't want to give the wrong Twitch name here. There you go, that's her. Oh, they don't even have it. All right, well, that's the best I can do. But anyway, so ran into these guys. I was walking around. Corrosion wanted to see the Merchant Lion at some point, so we go over, and then they just yell out "Blade BoQuest," so it's pretty cool. I mean, that is fun. I gotta say, it gives me kind of a big head when I'm just walking around and get recognized. But I knew these guys too. Friends of mine, really good streamers, you guys in Black Desert. You should check out their channel. And cool little mini story here. I later saw them at a parking garage whenever we were leaving for the day. And they're longboarders. So they have skateboards, the longboard style, so they can go like 20 miles an hour. They live in California. And they wanted me to sign their longboard. So I did. So that was pretty cool. My man, King Karatha. So King Karatha, you guys, friend of mine since Elder Scrolls. Look at Corrosion photobombing us back there. He doesn't even know he's in the picture. That's cool. Yeah, so friends since Elder Scrolls. He also played a little bit of Black Desert. Didn't really stick to Black Desert so much. And moved over to Warframe. And he's actually the primary reason that I'm considering taking a look at that game. So, pretty cool. Either way, really good guy. And yeah, we hung out. We kept running into each other all weekend. One of my best friends. I want to claim him as one of my best friends, you guys. Little Cadet, I respect so much. I really, really do. This is Little Cadet 101, I believe is his handle there. Let me make sure I'm not making any mistakes with that. Yep, Little Cadet 101. Alright, so just a great guy. Also, way back in the Elder Scrolls crew when I used to stream that, 2014 and 15. One of the things I respect most about him is that we were going from bar to bar to bar, Cypher crouching down in this picture. He's at least 12 feet tall. No, not that I know of. But yeah, he definitely is like a foot taller than me. So last year, we were just going from bar to bar, and things just got, like, as we were walking uptown, there were so many people on the sidewalks. It was like 8 people deep. Everybody was like shouldered, trying to get by. People were just streaming into the streets. Like, they were walking around parked cars, and it was completely crazy. There's a lot of smoke coming out of the windows of cars. There's like a little bit more strip clubs as we're walking down. Music is getting louder and louder. People are getting rowdy. And it was a little cadet who was just like, you know what? This is not my scene. It's not my scene. There's too much, you know, smoking, drugs, alcohol, like this. Let's bail. And I was also feeling kind of uncomfortable with the whole environment. We had some girls with us. They weren't too happy about it. We were just kind of walking, looking for something to do. And he made the call that, like, it was a bad scene and to get out of there, and I really respect that. So, and since then, he has been going crazy with some serious in real life success. And if you guys want to talk to him about that, I don't know how much he wants to share with you guys, but he wanted to hit me up to learn what I knew about real estate. And I was like, hey man, like, I did some stuff with real estate, but it was mostly just a lot of lessons on what not to do. And we became friends through that sort of like inspirational drive years ago when I had more of that. And he's just taken off in the business world. He's done super well. So it was really cool to get to meet up with him again and connect him and Corrosion. That was pretty cool. So this is actually in front of the bar called The Stash, which, it's Joe Bear. What's up, man? You're in these pictures, dude. Good stuff. So, in The Stash, you guys, DrDisrespect showed up. DrDisrespect. So he had a Lamborghini, and he just drives up with his black Lamborghini. People went crazy. They went crazy. Absolutely insane. And I didn't get a picture with him because, honestly, I did not know who he was. I know. I'm sorry. But I did get to see the insane reaction from everybody else as they went mentally. Like, it was nuts. He couldn't even get on the sidewalk because people were mobbing him so much. And somebody eventually was like, let the man get off of the street. Like, people were yelling. The bar owners had to come out and be like, you're stopping everything. Pick a side. And he wasn't in his costume. Apparently his big thing is, like, big mustache, sunglasses, and this wig. And he just has, like, this, I guess his persona is, like, ultra crazy testosterone, man. He's like, I'm 220 pounds of muscle, and I'll fly in at the back of eagles. I'm 6'7". You don't even know how to handle this. So he's like just a really big personality, really fun entertainer, and he shows up at this bar. So she's in line to like meet him, and I'm just talking to everybody. This is Artemis. She's another streamer. So right next to that bar, The Stash, was this Mexican food place where Corrosion got his crazy meal. He only eats one meal a day, Corrosion Riaz, and he does his 100 push-ups before it. So it's always like this event, basically. So he was able to get his food right next to where we were at the bar. This is Tekken Junk. So Tekken Junk and I have like seen each other at the last few TwitchCons. Like, I knew who he was, he knew who I was, but we never actually like talked. He was just like another ESO streamer, and I was basically just another ESO streamer. So I was like, dude, I'm always seeing you. Like, let's change that. So I got to know him a little bit more. He's got a wife, he's got a kid, he's a fellow streamer, and just, yeah, really cool guy. So I got to hang out with him a little bit more. This is what happens when you give your phone over to a friend and you're like, hey, can you grab a picture of us? Occasionally you might get one of these. Thanks, good vibes guy. Appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, I think so. You get a PhD in disrespectology? Apparently you can. How can you be on Twitch and not know the duck? It's like being on YouTube and not knowing PewDiePie. Sorry, I usually just keep to myself, do my streams, and do my thing. Alright, so King Richard, you guys, got to meet up with him. Really good dude. Superb gamer. Like, he's another one like Cypher where they pick up a game and they just kind of become the best. It's nuts. King Richard was legendary in For Honor for a long time. He was very skilled in Elder Scrolls. He didn't quite stick to Black Desert, which makes me so sad. He was in Exceptional Legion in Black Desert for a short time. And he wanted to basically show the world the potential of Warrior. And I wish he was here to do that, honestly, in Black Desert. But yeah, he's looking at other things now. So I think Destiny 2 is really capturing him. So if you guys want to see a great gamer, King Richard. I actually edited one of his For Honor videos on his channel. Okay, so I guess we're back at the stash here again. We got Little Cadet, who I really want to introduce to Corrosion. Good Vibes guy. I introduced these two last year, so they were already friends. So yeah, it was cool. Just all of us hanging out. It was pretty good. Laughed so hard when I saw the Good Vibes pick. I know, right? That's nuts. Oh man. For Honor was not live for very long, and so that's true. Yeah. Holy crap, you're so tall. Yeah, I'm 6'1". All right, so here's Eva. Eva, she popped on at the stash, so with DrDisrespect, I think it was alerted, like everybody knew he was going to show up at this bar. So, and then she was the streamer I told you about that we like connected at the bar 2 years ago. So, good friend of mine for a while, variety streamer. The next day, I think we're looking at Saturday, because that was the end of Friday stuff. So the next day, Saturday, we have a Bethesda meetup. So Bethesda, not just Elder Scrolls, but all of the stuff they're doing. They're doing stuff with Quake, which is a game apparently. I couldn't tell you anything about that game. I don't know what that is, but it's one of their games. Elder Scrolls Legends. It's a card game. They obviously have their Skyrim stuff. They got their Elder Scrolls and probably other stuff too. Either way, it was really cool to see these guys because that is Brian Wheeler, you guys. Brian Wheeler. I wish I had my other pictures from last year and stuff. We grabbed some pictures. I've known him for a really long time. So he basically popped into my stream when I had you know, a few hundred viewers over in Elder Scrolls and like 2,000 or 3,000 followers, basically. How do you know all these people? I'm pretty much telling you how. So these are my friends from various things, right? So Brian Wheeler popped in my stream, and I got to meet him 3 years ago at TwitchCon. We grabbed some pictures. Yeah, back when they actually had like dance parties at TwitchCon. We all had fun at the after party. Brian, myself, the ESO crew, Gina Bruno, she's a community manager. So they were hosting this lunch, and obviously I don't stream Elder Scrolls right now. So I tweeted him over. I was like, "Hey, like, can I come by? Is this all right? Like, what's the deal?" And he's like, "Yeah, absolutely, come by." So I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Where like I heard it from almost every Black Desert streamer. We were disappointed that Cacao didn't do anything at all. In TwitchCon. They apparently, at like the final day, they're like, oh yeah, we have one person that if you want to, the first 5 people they meet get some kind of giveaway. But I don't know. That other than that, like, we didn't see them whatsoever. Bethesda had a lunch, so we all got to go over. Had a super good time there. They had coconut shrimp, they had pina coladas, everybody got drink tickets, it was all free. And it was interesting, honestly. Did a lot of networking, got to meet a couple other people on the Bethesda staff. A lot of my friends were there. You're going to see pictures later up in the scroll from all the people I met at the Bethesda lunch. So this is Zen Yeti. I'll tell you like the other half of this story later. But Zen Yeti is a friend of Stella Elf, who was hanging out with her when she was at the meet and greet. And he apparently used to watch my channel, so that was pretty cool getting to meet him and grabbed a picture. Blade is the most social person I've ever met. Dude, you say that, but how hard is it for me to get on Discord? Pretty hard, right? Oh, man. I think we all know how Blade meets people with a hello! That's true. That is true. That's how this goes. Heard about that first 5 giveaway also? Yeah, I don't know. Sarar got a BDO hat. I think she got it before that, though. I think. Alright, so this is the Bethesda meetup, you guys. So we got Gina Bruno here. So she's awesome. She's a community manager for ZeniMax, so the Elder Scrolls side of things. But she was also running this whole lunch. Fingerush was also here, so that was great. Corrosion Riaz, obviously. Man. Dang, I want to say Rich. Oh, man, I feel bad for not remembering his name. I have his card, so I'll go through and remember specifically. But good guy and on the ZeniMax team. This is Stan the Impaler. Got to meet him. He was cool. Didn't actually get his Twitch, like, maybe it is just Stan the Impaler, but I couldn't find him on Twitter. This is Cauliflower. So we had like the huge ESO crew, right, from the last few years, and almost all of us kind of got our start there and just continued to stream a variety of things. Cauliflower is, I guess, one of the primary ESO streamers now, so gonna hang out with her. I found that I desperately need a new chair, everybody. I actually spent some time, love the fanny pack. They gave them out, man. It was a perk the first day. I wanted a backpack, but hey, this was some rare merch, so I was rocking it. Also, I didn't want to carry all the stuff people kept giving me all day, so I rocked it. Anyway, so I was testing some chairs. Vertigear, this apparently like entered me for a giveaway, which I almost never care about giveaways, but taking a picture in a chair seemed fun, so whatever. And I was documenting everywhere I went anyway, so I just put it on Twitter, and now I'm in that thing. But seriously, guys, like, I'm gonna save money for a chair because I've had this office chair for 15 years. No joke. I had this since like the first time I ever started playing. It was nuts. Yeah, Dayland. I wonder if that'll happen. A guy stopped us to ask for directions, and Blade just started asking him about the book. About the book he was carrying? The guy was so confused. Blade is too chatty for the UK. Oh, I don't even remember that. That's funny. Yeah, in the UK, people don't talk to each other that much. Although, it depends on where you are in like, the US. Because, like, New York, you try to talk to somebody, they don't really care. Finger rush with the waist hug, yeah. 15 years, yeah, this chair, it needs to die. Alright guys, so animated break, you still here, buddy? So this was cool. So Corrosion Riaz and I met up with Jay Garda and his friend Red Cow. I'll tell you more about these two a little bit later. But as we were walking around on the floor, just checking out a variety of things, I introduced them to one of my friends and Designed by Humans, because I think that's a really, really good solution for streamers. Which also means, guys, I will probably one day actually have merchandise for my stream. How cool is that? And animated break, he just yells out, Blade Boquest! And I got to see him, and that was super cool. So I was like, dude, let me introduce you to my friends. I get to meet his friends. Animated break and I met last year, so the second TwitchCon. This was the very end of TwitchCon, and outside, everything was closed, and basically there was like a group of 5 friends talking. There's like a mob of 20 people doing their thing. Like a little roaming cluster of 3 here and there, and I just kind of started yelling. I went Blade style, guys. I started yelling. I was like, all right, I'm gonna need this group of 20 over here. We're gonna grab one last TwitchCon picture. Bring it in. That group of 5, come on, start walking over. All right, you're coming in. You're coming in. And I rounded up everybody, basically, if you guys remember my pictures from last year. And I basically grabbed like 20 to 40 people or something. We lined everybody up. I took all their pictures. And I got everybody's Twitter. I was like, I'm linking it to you. And so it was just like waves of tweets with all these pictures and all of these new friends. And I was like, look, guys, TwitchCon's about connecting. Like, I don't know who you are, but now at the very least, we know each other, right? So we got to meet. And he introduced himself. And I introduced myself as Blade. And he thought that was my real name at first. He was like, dude, that's badass. Blade? Your name is Blade? I'm like, Blade Boquest. But yeah, I go by Blade. He's like, my god, man, you leave an impression. So he's like super, super nice, and we became friends just like that. So I really have a lot of respect for Animated Break. He's then moved on to get like over 2,000 viewers in Rocket League, and he's got Partner. He wasn't Partner last year, so it's really cool to see his success. And a lot of the people that like I mobbed together for these pictures, I got to run into again. So all 5 of us got a picture, and that's actually, I think, one of my top 3 favorite photos of this weekend. It's just, that was a really cool moment. So this is exciting. This picture doesn't tell you too much, so I'll give you the full story in a second. But this is, I think, either the community or project manager of Duelist. And we took a picture with him after something else happened. But just remember that is somebody here. We'll get to that. Who is that? Is that? It is! It's Joe Bear! That's in fact actually his name, and he's right here in stream right now. What's up, Joe Bear? Good to see you, dude. So, thanks, man. Joe Bear was relentless with coordinating this meetup, which I'm glad he was, because I can think of, like, almost half of a dozen friends that I didn't ever get to see. And we kept trying to meet up, and it didn't really work. So, yeah, we ended up getting to meet up after a panel. Joe Bear, longtime friend, and he's here as well. So, thanks, buddy. So, this is cool. This is Stella Elf, you guys. She was originally Stealth Elf. And I don't know how I first ran into her. I don't know how I've run into most of these people, but I either found her on Twitter or I found her through like a Twitter friend's friend that had a stream, or maybe I was just browsing through. I'm like, who has a small amount of viewers? I can go see if they're interesting, because I like making friends, right? It's fun for me. So at some point I came across her channel and said hi and became her friend. She became my friend. Tossed her some hosts, went back and forth with those things, and her channel like blew up. It was kind of crazy. So she had really low followers, really low viewers for a long time. And then I'm walking by and I look at the meetup, right? The meet and greet for streamers. I see Stella Elf. And I'm like, wait a second. This doesn't make any sense. I don't get this. So I look at her channel. She's like up to 17,000 followers. And it was fun. I just waited around. I didn't get into the line. Whenever she was done, I said hi to her. And her buddy Zen Yeti that we took pictures of earlier, those two were hanging out. And I was teasing her a little bit. I'm like, what are you doing up there? And she's like, I don't know. They just emailed me and put me up there. She's a really, really, like, overly nice person. So it's cool to get a picture. All right. So this is a good story, guys. This would be another one of my top 3 favorite photos of TwitchCon, I think. Look at this. This is a crew, huh? This is good stuff. So this is Jay Garda. Jay Garda. His tag is right there, if you want to grab that. He's a streamer of Black Desert, and he's a fitness instructor. He was in the Air Force. This is Red Cow. So Red Cow and Jay Garda knew each other in the Air Force years ago, and Jay basically tries to bring like his in real life motivation and things through his stream. We know Corrosion, reads motivational quotes at the end of his stream, and at one point I considered motivation something that I would do with you guys. Anyway, so it was really cool meeting these guys. And when he walks up, he basically said, he's like, Blade, I have 450 gear score. I was like, what? 450 gear score? Welcome to Exceptional Legion. So he's our first ever in-person Exceptional Legion recruit, you guys. So we got the 3 Exceptional Legion team right here, and his friend, who was really nice, and then we walked around a little bit and got to meet Animator Break. Okay, so remember that picture with the project manager of Duelist? This was the match. So we're walking around. There's Jay, actually, and then Red Cow's over here somewhere. And we just stopped by this game called Duelist. I didn't know anything about the game, but it was, duels are good. So naturally, I started playing it, and Corrosion gets on the second computer. This would be my, I don't know, can I say top 3 again? I don't know. I like all these pictures, honestly. So this guy did the programming, I believe. This guy was like one of the project managers. So he was teaching me how to play. He was teaching Corrosion how to play. And Corrosion and I are versing each other right now, and our match was up on a big screen up on top of the whole thing, and people are watching us like kill each other. It was pretty great. Now, anytime Corrosion and I like full on verse each other, there's no way I'm gonna lose. Like, come on. I mean, I'm gonna go Blade style, and he's gonna erode something? I don't know. So he knew he had no chance, and I think that's the look he's given to me. Like, I have no chance, Blade. And he was right. He didn't have a chance. So I beat him. It was great. And only because this guy helped me, really. But it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. So we had a good time there. This is one of Corrosion's friends. I didn't know who this guy was. It is Tomination time. So I got to meet him for the first time. He got partnered through the fitness area. The fitness in real life section of Twitch, I guess. So, yeah, basically, I think he just does workouts. Pretty much that's his thing. So yeah, Corrosion, had a lot of respect for him, got to meet him. It's pretty cool. I hopped in the picture. This was at the Halloween after party Saturday night. And this is on our way over to the Halloween after party. Like I said, a lot of these are kind of out of order. So we're crossing this big bridge. We had to walk for like a half an hour to do this, pretty much. And all of these lights, this whole thing is this Halloween thing. So Twitch worked really, really hard to put together, I don't know, a carnival, I guess. I would have been fine with just like a after party like the first year had, but I think they realized that nobody danced, like nobody danced, you guys, on any of the after parties. So they might have changed gears because of that, I'm not sure. But either way, they had like this whole thing. There were rides, there were people jumping out and scaring everybody, there was fire shooting through the air and smoke and stuff. And I really would have preferred probably just like, I don't know, some music and a couple rooms and some drinks, but they had this whole scene. So we're walking over to it, and this is the Queen Mary, you guys. So the Queen Mary, that'll come up a little bit later, but that boat was basically attached to this whole thing. It's Elfin! So Elfin, part of the original ESO friends, we got to hang out, I think, yeah, 3 years ago, probably 3 years ago. the very least, last year, we kept hanging out from one bar to another. Little Cadet, Cypher, Fingrush, all that good stuff. So, got to run into her. As soon as I finally got to the party, she was leaving. So, and good vibes is out there too. So, Corrosion and I left, go say goodbye to her, and she gave me this acorn, wherever it is. There it is. Yeah, she gave me this acorn that got a bunch of comments. So, super friendly. She used to stream Black Desert. Not anymore. So, I went back into the party after all that. QMG Saint finally emerges in one of our photos. I don't think we actually even have a picture of just the two of us at this point. Nobody danced? Nobody danced, sadly. You didn't show them your club dance moves? I actually did at one point. I did. Let's just tell that now. So Sarar was streaming from the Intel booth, and I went behind her in the stream and did the full, like, reaching for the sun thing. And then Vibes got involved in it, and Corrosion got involved. So all three of us were, like, dancing behind Sarar as she was streaming. It was pretty funny. So I still did the reaching for the sun, even though there was no club music. Anyway, so QMG Saint, you guys know him as a video streamer. He's been streaming for like 6 years, pretty much. And this is Thor. I met him last year. I walked up to him. I was like, dude, Thor? Are you Thor? He's like, yeah. I'm like, that's awesome, man. Hey, I loved your movies. That was really cool. And he's like, oh no, I'm not. And he said the actor. I don't even know who it is. He's like, I'm not this person. I'm Thor the streamer. My whole thing is I look like that person. I'm like, you do. You really do look like that person. That's crazy. So we became friends last year because I'm an idiot and I don't know what's going on, and just walked up and said hi. And yeah, I got to see him at the Halloween party. And yeah, I introduced my friends, and Saint popped in, and we all had a good time. Okay, so this is on the Queen Mary. We've got some good expressions here, right? I love my smile here. Corrosion's got a blue dot because the phone makes no sense. So we're actually in the bar of the Queen Mary. QMG Saint got a room for the night, or maybe the whole weekend, I don't know, in the Queen Mary, and we got to go up to an exclusive bar inside this cruise ship. Bass 50, friend of mine for a long time, he was up in the meet and greet too, so that was really, really cool. So we got to see him. Probably know this guy. We've got Gassy Mexican is his Twitch name and YouTube name, amazingly enough. He is seriously a super chill dude. Really, really cool guy. So, just, yeah, it's awesome. I always love watching his panels. He has really great information. Sometimes I actually take the advice. Oftentimes I don't. And he did a panel on quality versus quantity. Probably a good panel for me to listen to, right? And he did it with Tiger Rider, if you guys know Tiger Rider. Actually, now that I think about it, I didn't get any pictures of Tiger Rider this year. But I did see him almost every day, and we talked a few times. I told Tiger, I was like, hey man, I'm going to your panel, quality versus quantity, because like, I stream an excessive amount. It's ridiculous. And I shouldn't, really. I mean, now I don't get that many streams out a month, but you know, when I'm going Blade style, it's like 12 to 18 hours every day for months. And yeah, I was telling Tiger, and he was like, you know, in Black Desert though, that works, because you're always managing this, or you're going off and grinding. And he's like, I've watched some of your streams, man. I'm there lurking. I lurk in a Blade BoQuest stream or two. Not Gassy Mexican, but Tiger Rider. It's like, all right, man, appreciate that. Because if you guys don't know Tiger Rider, not writer like writing, but writer with a T. I realize that I pronounce my T's and D's the same because I'm an American, but yeah, you should definitely follow both these guys. Really, really cool people. The other cool thing is, okay, so right behind me, you can almost actually see him. It's Andy Milanakis, you guys. Andy Milanakis is live streaming from the bar. And he was in the in real life section, just like at this Queen Mary cruise ship bar. And yeah, I'm actually in it at some point. So I'm like just walking around and ordering drinks behind him. So he had like 5,000 viewers or so for that. This was cool. So we got good vibes guy. There's me with my Legion shirt. Finally did get the Legion shirt on the next day. Corrosion Riaz and Yadabite. Good old Yadabite. Who has quite a different Twitter handle than his Twitch. But I didn't even know he was a partner. But yeah, he was in the stream for a long time and knows enough about my stream memes and adventures that at one point when I was sitting down for the chairs, somebody walked up and like I'm just sitting there in this chair, right? And I offer him the chair for 50 bucks. Like I don't know who it was. I was like, hey, you know, if you're considering a chair like this, I'll give you this chair for $50. He's like, oh, $50. I'm like, now it's not mine to give, but I'll do it. He's like, wait. I'm like, yeah, I don't own this. He's like, what's happening? It was kind of ridiculous. And Yottabyte steps in. He's like, Blade, it's not a van, dude. So he apparently knew enough about my YouTube videos and like stream stories and memes that he called me out. He's like, you can't sell a chair you don't own, man. This is not a thing. So just a really good guy. It was cool to meet him. He's from Australia. So that was fun. We got, oh yeah, A-Drop. So he was here earlier in the stream. You guys showed you this picture as soon as he popped into the Black Desert stream. We were listening to a Bebo presentation, which is kind of like open broadcast software. If you guys are streamers, you should probably consider it. It's like open broadcast software, but it has more. It has basically like a list of alerts, followers and subs and donations on one side. On the other side, it has Twitch chat. So that's pretty good stuff. And yeah, Kinglo, you could get him the first day, but only that first day. Alright, so just walking across the floor, we ran into some more BDO friends, you guys. We got Game of Pones right here. These two, really fun couple. Love their stream. They've got a lot of good stuff. They got a condenser. Their audio quality is great. Just really energetic and awesome people. And we got PA Unicorn. These guys again. So there's a couple that we met earlier, which is fun. I got to sign their skateboard. So yeah, a little impromptu video meetup. Let's see. I forget what prompted this exactly. What? Let's see. Was it Grizzly Ben? Yeah. So I ran into Grizzly Ben again. And Grizzly Ben was talking to this guy. I didn't know who it was, so I introduced myself, said hello, found out his name was Panic Control. I immediately let him know that, I told him, don't panic. That was the first thing. He had to know. Panic Control, you needed to not panic right there. So that was kind of an interesting little segue into getting to know him a bit more. Grabbed a picture. Let's see. And then I got to meet the guy behind him as well. He's a DM, but he'll come up later in the pictures. So this is cool. Check this out, friends. Alright, I don't know. You probably see it, right? Good stuff. So we actually got the Twitch hoodie from just walking around. I think you can see that, right? Probably could. Anyway, so I got the Twitch hoodie just from walking around and taking pictures with Corrosion at different parts. And they just walked up. They're like, hey, are you a partner? And I said yes, and Yottabyte was with us. He's like, yeah. And Corrosion kind of, he didn't say yes, but before we knew it, they were just thrusting these hoodies at us. So Corrosion, the affiliate, got a little bit of extra swag there by accident. So good stuff. So they just gave it to all three of us. They didn't like check our badges or ask if each one of us were partners. And Corrosion had a good idea that we needed to get this thing embroidered, or whatever it was, just like labeled. Went over to Meta Threads. These guys were cool. I got to meet these guys, got to meet the founder, shot the breeze with them for a little bit, like really got to know them a little bit better, and just wanted to help their business. So I put it on Twitter that I was here and got great service so that other people could get the same thing. So that was cool. Also, so that was the back of it. This was Corrosion's idea. He's like, wait a second. We should also get our names on the front of it. So at first I didn't want to do it just because it's extra time. It was basically an hour, but I decided we'd do it. So Sarah got hers done. Hers was done whenever I got there to pick mine up, so I tweeted her saying it was ready. And Corrosion got his, but we're the only ones that got it on the front as well. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so we got Corrosion. This is Modest Merrill. This is Caljeet, and there I am. So we're walking around at the creative corner at some point. Caljeet I've known for a long time. She was in Exception Legion for a little bit. She was in Black Desert here and there, trying to breed horses and having fun there. We met in For Honor, I think it was, when For Honor first came out. I did some of those streams at the tail end of 16-hour Black Desert streams just to unwind. She tossed me some hosts, and that's pretty much how we met. Watched a lot of her streams. She does variety casting, and just, yeah, really cool person. So it's cool to meet. Interestingly enough, later on in the pictures, you won't see him. You'll see me, Corrosion, and Wild Bill, actually. Wild Bill, we ended up meeting at a Starbucks, which was pretty good. Yeah. And he was there. And I'm like, wait a second. Modest Merrill? And I remembered the name. And Modest Merrill was a moderator for Wild Bill, but that's not where I knew him from. I knew him as a moderator from Caljeet. So he's super friendly. If you go into her channel, he's always there, and he'll say hi to you. So it's kind of cool to meet a moderator of a handful of streamers that I know. All right, some additional good stories, you guys. So Razer, right? So you guys know I kind of go crazy with Razer stuff all the time. This is my Orbweaver Chrome that replaced my Taratus, that replaced my Orbweaver Stealth, that replaced my Nostromo. Like, I have used Razer stuff forever. This is my 4th or 5th Razer Naga. This is the limited edition green. This is the one with like contouring buttons. Even my mouse pad is Razer. Like, it's a little insane. And so I go over and I talk to these guys because I don't have a light. I literally just have a lamp right there. But they have lights, and my microphone is not Razer because it's Blue Yeti and it is pretty solid. But I was thinking, you know, I should probably get something like Razer was, right? Well, I found out that they have sponsorship opportunities. I was like, listen, I'm so far in the cult of Razer, you don't even know. Like, I don't have my phone with me, but on the back of my phone is a Razer sticker. I opened up my wallet. I can't show you guys credit cards, but you know, I had that there. I was like, I think it would be a good fit. You got Razer, we got Blade. You know, if you're looking for sponsorship opportunities, I've never been sponsored, but I would be interested in something like that. So they just kind of talked to me more about it and said that they got my channels. They said they'll look at the content and see if it's a good fit. But the cool thing is, so that's Amanda. She went back and she was like, after she saw the Razer stickers on the wallet, oh yeah, I used to have them on this chair, right? Some of them a little bit still there, but I finally ripped those things off. She goes back, she's like, I'll give you the secret. I'll give you the ultra secret thing that we only have a couple left of. She pulls out this Razer box, you guys. And inside this Razer box is a fidget spinner. Aw, yeah. So this thing, it's basically, it feels like cast iron. I don't know. It's pretty good weight. I've never had a fidget spinner before. But if I were to ever fidget or spin something, I would want it to be Razer. So she gives me this thing, and Corrosion and I timed it. We got it running for like 4 minutes on one spin, and quite honestly, it did occupy a few hours of my playing red. So that was cool. So who knows, guys? Maybe one day I'll be sponsored by Razer. All right, so this is the very last night. There's some other pictures that were not from the last night, but this is Sunday. Yeah, this is Sunday after everything closes. This is at a 5:05 party, actually. So 5:05 party, I don't actually know enough about it, but I knew Nelstar from Elder Scrolls way back in the day. First TwitchCon ever. I go up the escalator. I hear Blade Boquest, Beer Bong Jen was there. I didn't get a picture with Beer Bong Jen this year. Oh man, that's a shame. But he gave me a coaster. He's a cool guy. Anyway, and Nelstar was there. Nelstar was there with Fing Rush, and Nelstar had an American flag for pants, which was a little crazy. But he had shorts that had like stars and stripes and everything and all that shenanigans. So we've been friends for a few years. Got a bite. What's up, dude? Oh man, good to see you. I just actually finished telling our stories, dude, about how we met up and how you were giving me a hard time when I was trying to sell that guy the chair that I didn't own for 50 bucks. And you're like, Blade, it's not a van. So good to see you, dude, in stream. I'm definitely glad we got to meet up and that you got back safely. Australia is quite a trip. So yeah, Nelstar's now an influencer manager. These titles are always so tough for me. But yeah, I got his card. He's apparently doing more stuff on like the game company side of it than the stream side of it nowadays. So that was super fun. At this same party, got to meet up with Jay Wilna. Jay Wilna used to have a beard down to here or even like further and had a crazy curly mustache. Super animated guy. Really, really cool guy. If you guys were watching my channel last night, I actually hosted him. And yeah, just like he was always in the middle of groups, like going like this and talking and up the storm. I'd like see him here and see him there. And after like the third time I saw him, I was like, I don't know who this is, but I'll make a new friend. So I go up, introduce myself. And yeah, we've been friends for years now. He's a great guy. We've tossed each other a bunch of hosts. We got Good Vibes guy and Corrosion Riaz, so I wanted to introduce everybody at that party, so that was cool. At some point, I don't really know when this happened, but basically just walking across the street with my named jersey here, mean, it's not a jersey, it's a named hoodie. He basically was like, Blade Bow Quest, what's up? And I stopped. We were right in the middle of the street. I was like, dude, let's get out. Let's get clear of the cars. Then we'll say hi, take a picture. He used to watch my old Nightblade stuff in Elder Scrolls, so always cool to see fans and friends. Here's the man, Wild Bill, you guys. Wild Bill. Really great streamer, you guys. If you don't know who this is, please toss him a follow. Wild Bill TV. Just a great guy. He's very down to earth. He's a passionate and compassionate streamer. Like, he'll be your friend, you guys. If you need a friend, if you want to watch somebody who really cares, watch this guy. I'm telling you. He was a big-time Diablo streamer for a long time. Went over to For Honor and just started streaming in like nonstop, pretty much. He got very good. He had the highest kills of everybody in the world for one of the, I don't know if they have seasons, but at some point on his Berserker, I believe. So, and he was very good at 4v4s. He was always doing 4v4s. This is D3 streams. He still does it occasionally. But basically, yeah, I popped into his stream, and he was telling the story to Corrosion. He was like, I didn't even know Blade was a streamer, but Blade was just there every day, just saying hi and like getting tips and doing stuff. So that's usually what I like to do. I like to just go through the list, see if somebody seems like they could be my friend, and if they are, I'm like, cool, I'll get to know these guys. Then I started tossing him hosts. He found out, I streamed Black Desert and had a lot of viewers then. That was like my 700, 800 viewer concurrent days over the summer, especially. And we hopped on comms on Discord. We just did a bunch of 4v4s of For Honor, streamed it with him. He taught me kind of how that game went. We talked even after the streams were over. And I just really wanted to see him succeed. I really did. And he was telling me, I imagine this was all on his stream, so I imagine it's not a problem for me to share it here. But, funds are limited with streamers. Like, I honestly didn't know if I was going to go to TwitchCon until like I got some of the donations that I got. And I told him, I was like, look, dude, I get it, but there's so many opportunities there. There's so many people, game developer-wise, and just fellow streamers. I'm like, put something on your stream that says, TwitchCon goal, and however many hundreds it'll cost you, and just, see if your community will send you there. He did it. They sent him there, and he ended up hooking up with, I forget the exact story, unfortunately, but he ended up meeting up with pretty much high-level sponsors and game execs that he believes will take his channel to like the next year or whatever it is that he's gonna do. So he like kind of met his muse at TwitchCon, and just a really nice guy. He's super grateful, and I'm really happy that I was able to like kind of nudge him towards some of those connections, got to introduce him to Corrosion, and of course we were hanging out and meeting in Starbucks. Unfortunately, there wasn't a Starbucks in the convention, which kind of annoyed me, but that's okay. I did get it a couple times. This is Starlight Blossom, you guys. So I was trying to meet up with her most of the weekend and couldn't really do it. She was doing something, I was doing something, it just didn't really work. So the very last day, I was out until, man, so late, 2 or 3 in the morning or something. And we were sharing a hotel with Good Vibes Guy, Corrosion Riaz, and Dr. Positive. And they drove. And Corrosion and I flew. And our flights were going to leave at like 4 p.m. basically. Well, Good Vibes is basically like, we're going to leave at 6 in the morning. And I was kind of like, okay, goodbye, pretty much. So I thought about it for a little bit. Did I want to get 3 hours of sleep? Did I want to spend an extra 50, 60 bucks on an Uber? And I was like, you know what? You guys have a nice 3 hours of sleep. Goodbye. Like we said goodbye that night. I slept in. They peaced out right away. So in the morning, Corrosion and I took an Uber over to Starlight's Airbnb. So she was there with her boyfriend. Lucifer's Will is his Twitch. Glenn is his name. And 2 other streamers, actually. So it was kind of like a really cool, just like extra meetup before we went over to the airport. I was only there about 10 minutes, and then we had to keep on going. So this is the whole crew. So there's Glenn. I said hi to these people, but So we got Michi Rage and Cammy. And unfortunately, I don't know who is who. Whoops. But either way, I've got their contacts, so I'll hang out and check them out. Yeah, so those were just a really cool like final meetup before we went over to the airport. Good times. Starlight and I have been friends for, I don't know, almost 4 years, not quite. But I knew her when she had very, very few followers. She might have more than me at this point, I don't know. But she moved over to the PS4 to start streaming and got tons of viewers, and then immediately tried to help me by sending me a bunch of hosts. And then her stuff died down a little bit, and I tossed her a bunch of hosts in the last few years. So just you know, really good mutual benefit there, being friends. So it was cool to finally see her. So that was the last moment of TwitchCon, but then a whole bunch of other pictures just didn't get sent out until the end. So here's some just added stuff. Good stuff. So we got Daimao Senryu, you guys. So Daimao Senryu is, yeah, we'll see Rodney maybe later. A longtime friend who's a moderator for a while. And it was kind of interesting. I'm talking to Frodan. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but we've got some pictures here. I'll tell you more about him in a second. And I see this guy on the edge grinning ear to ear just like that. I think he's waiting to meet Frodan, right? Because Frodan's ultra famous and stuff. He's waiting to meet me, and I found out who it was. I was like, dude, what's up? It was my moderator and friend for a really long time. So he's got a champion smile right there. He had a Superman jacket on. He pulled out a picture. This really nice piece of art, and he wanted me to sign it. And I was like, okay. I don't want to ruin it, but I will sign it. So that was pretty cool. Blade, can we get the guild summon? Sorry for interrupting. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Let's see here. Nothing like guild summon in the middle of a YouTube video, no problem. Alright, I'm on Serenity 4. We've got this lolraz. That's alright, no, I did actually ask them to remind me, because I figured I would be in the middle of a story. We're almost done with the stories, guys. I want to try to make it as succinct as possible here, and then I'll just throw it on YouTube so we actually have a document for like each year. But it was a really good time. It was quite cool. Alright, so let me do this lightning fast here and we'll be right back to it. I did ask you, or otherwise it would have been lost. And fortunately, this process is not too crazy bad if I'm on the right channel. My character's already there. Alright, so all you guys in the real life section, this is, alright, Serenity 4. 9 p.m. Just want to make sure I'm not screwing this up. Perfect. All right, great. Okay, cool. So yeah, I got to sign this piece of art that he had, which was pretty cool. I also found that I found out that I was saying his name wrong for like years. I always said it Daimao or Daimao, and it's Daimao. Whoops! But he never corrected me, and I finally asked. Let's see. What was this? This was before I went over to the 505 party with Nelstar and Jay Wilna. Jay Will and I had the hardest time meeting up, you guys. It really was a struggle. But we finally did it at the very last minute. We tried to meet up at this hotel, but it didn't quite work. So, let's see. Ran into Animated Break here, actually, which is cool. He was talking to these guys, found out both of these guys played Black Desert. So, that was pretty cool. This guy is Drew. Remember that? This was Hazel's, right? So he wanted me to call him Harry, which would make this guy Rymo. Yeah, exactly. So Rymo and Drew. So I was talking to these guys for a long time. They played Black Desert for a little bit. They weren't sure if they were level 40 or level 56. But I kind of gave them a quick rundown on how to get just added stuff in Black Desert. But yeah, really cool guys, honestly. And we just had a lot in common. Just on like how to network and how people are doing it incorrectly, where they basically like they handshake with their business card and then you never hear anything else from them. It's pretty crazy. Sky, hello. Skywing, what's up? Daimao. Yeah, exactly. So it's not Daimao. It's nothing against mayonnaise there. But so that was really cool. I was trying to get over to the Mamas and the Papas Twitch stream party, you guys. I really wanted to go to that, and I failed at going to that. On Sunday, so I don't really have pictures for this, but I can just tell you this added story. So on Sunday, I finally made it to the creative corner. It was kind of a big challenge to do. Everything was such like a crazy time crunch. Basically, we had to drop off for the second embroidery on the Twitch hoodie thing. And immediately after that, we had to get all the way on the other side of this thing for the Glitch Theater to watch Good Vibes Guy, because he was in the talent show. And that was amazing, watching Good Vibes do his thing. Like, I told him to his face, I was like, listen, man, no offense, but I thought dancing was kind of lame. Like, I don't know, didn't want to watch it, didn't care about it. But I'm like, whatever you did up there, it was amazing. It was awesome. You guys need to watch his performance. If you go to the Good Vibes Guy channel on Twitch, you will be able to see the clips and see the whole thing. It was nuts. Like, it was just really, really cool. So we got to see that, and right after that, like as soon as he was done, I left to go pick this up before everything closed, and I got to go down to the creative corner, the development stuff, to test out the game, right, on Sunday. That was Starlight Skies. Yeah, Starlight. Yeah, Starlight Skies, not Starlit. Yes, okay, lots of Starlits and Starlights. So, got to test out her game, which was really fun, very similar to MechWarrior. And then, somebody walked up, named Tumble. I got his card, I got to check out his stream. He was like, Blade BowQuest, I used to watch your ESO PvP. He was like, dude, thanks, that's awesome. So, like, way back from years ago, and found out that he became a streamer, and he was also on the same stream team as Starlight. So I'm testing out Starlight's game. She was the girl that I had dinner with on Thursday. And I got this other friend from longtime viewer who became a streamer, who then streamed together. So I wanted to get to their party, which was at this hotel. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out with timing. You know, there's just so many different things. Vibes had to go eat dinner immediately. We kind of thought we were going to eat together. And then we couldn't really find a restaurant that made sense. And when we finally did, the wait was super long. So basically like 2 hours went by and the party was over. So instead of that, we just kind of wandered over to this hotel, and everybody was hanging out in the lobby. So got to meet these guys before we went over to the 505 party. Corrosion posted this, felt like retweeting it. We were just walking around on the actual floor of the expo hall, and Corrosion's like, Sexy Exy, dude, we gotta get a picture. And he was running over to the meet and greet, so he had to like book it. He was like really, really going, but he actually still stopped and gave him a second to grab the picture. And I kind of walked over and just shook his hand. I was like, hey, what's up? I didn't want to take up any of his time, and we were actually pressed for time as well, what we were doing. So I just like held up my hand. I was like, hey, what's up, Blade BowQuest? He's like, oh yeah, Black Desert. And I'm like, yeah, good stuff. And he has like 262,000 followers, and he streams for thousands of viewers. So I was kind of surprised he knew anything about what I was doing. But I got to run into him, got to meet him. This is also at the 505 party at the All Dubliner. With the pictures of Jay Wilna and Nelstar. Tychus Reaper, you guys. Subscriber of mine for 13 months. 13 months. Really, really cool guy. He was a viewer and a friend before he became a streamer. And then he started streaming. So, yeah, it's good stuff, you guys. He's not partnered yet. He's an affiliate. But I got to introduce him to Corrosion and my other pals there. So, just really nice guy. Always fun to meet him. So we got a variety of pictures here from the Good Vibes adventure. This was the stage where Good Vibes was actually performing. So these are the four guys. This is, I guess, our only picture with all four of us. All of us sharing the hotel room. Thank God Corrosion sleeps on the floor. So those two had to share a bed. I got my own bed. Corrosion just likes sleeping on the floor. So worked out for me, you guys. I was pretty happy about that. But yeah, they actually made these shirts. So that's the Good Vibes Guy jerseys that they made. And then on the back it says Dr. Positive, so they both wore those shirts. So if you don't get your own partner jersey, you guys, you might as well make your own swag and rock it. So that was on the very first day. It was cool. Let's see, where else are we? Little Cadet and Good Vibes. That's outside the Mexican restaurant. The Stash Bar is just over to the right. Good times. And yep, so this is when we left the Halloween party. See Elfin. That's, I think it's her boyfriend, and they weren't staying too crazy long. But yeah, we got the acorns, rocking the little acorns that she made. Okay, so back on the Expo Center, we ran into this guy. He's the apparently like lead developer of Bless, or founder. What is it? Some interesting info. Project manager. There we go. Project manager. So this is a Korean MMO. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Korean MMOs, but they exist. Can you believe it? Yeah, anyway, of course you've all heard about those. This is coming to NA in 2018. 0 pay-to-win aspects ever, which is pretty great, right? Only cosmetic and nothing else. I don't know if it's free-to-play, but what game is not free-to-play nowadays, right? So probably will be. We'll see. It's coming to Steam. One set of gear between PvE and PvP, which is pretty cool. They're going to have raids, world PvP, you can attack everybody. I don't know if they're going to have a karma system exactly. Yeah, it just seemed pretty interesting, actually. Caught my eye. The graphics were good. Okay, so that was the guy in the background of Panic Control. Whenever I got that picture earlier, when I met them through Grizzly Ben. This is, I guess, one of the world-class DMs, so Dungeon Masters from Dungeons and Dragons. Sybil Boquest, if you're still in stream, this guy's name is the Bubberknot, so that's also his Twitch. And I know Sybil is really interested in becoming a better DM for his thing, so got to run into this guy. That was kind of cool. Almost one of the first, probably like the first 10 people I met before I ran into Attack the Afro and all of that stuff. I ran into him. God, I can't remember his name, which I'm sorry about. If you ever see this video, tell me who you are. I'm sorry. It's Xfire Gaming or Xwater or Expose. Oh man, sorry man. But anyway, talked to him for a little bit. Oh, this was a really cool moment actually. Pretty sure I remember BDO saying no pay to win ever. Yeah, I do remember hearing that too. So much for that, right? Let's see. So this was okay. He had a really tough name. Reconnecting plays. Reconnecting plays. And I was trying to like run into the partner lounge, which was really cool actually. They had their whole partner area. Trying to charge my phone over there. They had Coca-Cola bottles for every partner with our names on it, you guys. So literally on the front of the Coke it says, share a Coke with Blade Boquest, and they just gave them out for free. I collected mine, and then they were like, hey, do you want one to drink right now if you wanted to save that? So the partner lounge was kind of impressive, honestly. That Moreland TV was the voice of peer pressure this weekend. He tried, but that didn't go anywhere. That's kind of funny. Yeah, so I'm kind of walking over to the partner lounge and just hear my name again, called out. Found out that he was a huge fan, loved the Bum to Billionaire series, watched all this stuff, and was really excited, wanted me to sign his badge. I signed his badge, and Corrosion was like wandering around, introduced him to Corrosion, and Jay Garda was still hanging out with us at that point, so we just kind of all talked and met up, so that was fun. Stream Elements, good times. Got to meet the founder of Stream Elements. She does like some of the tutorials, and she's also a Twitch partner. Stream Elements basically incorporates the stuff that I use with OnkBot, with sound bites, and like the bot thing that does BoQuest points, along with a lot of the backend stuff like Streamlabs with the alerts and the pop-ups. And it's free, which is nice, because that would be right there is an upgrade on what I'm already using. So I need something like that. So I was pretty interested in Stream Elements. The biggest thing I asked them for is to have multiple currencies. If there can be multiple currencies in one program, I think it'd be the easiest thing to switch over. So, not that we have more than one currency at this point, but that is something I'd be interested in. I got to meet her at the bar. This was at, let's see, the 505 party. Jay Wilna, Nelstar, Tychus Reaper, all those guys. There's a blue dot. I don't know why that blue dot kept showing up, but her card fell out of my pocket, so if you ever see this video, tell me who you are. I'll follow you. I'm sorry. Whoops. We got some more pictures here from the Bethesda lunch. I was telling you we'd grab more of those at the end. Let's see. Should have had a share of cabbage for Blade. It's kind of funny. So this is Caljeet, you guys. Yeah, so she was at the Bethesda lunch. First time we ever got to meet. That was pretty fun. Stan the Impaler. What a name. He's friendlier than you'd think. And Cauliflower, the ESO streamer nowadays. This is the founder, Stream Elements. Having a good time. Good stuff. He gave us the whole rundown. I was really interested in the business side of Stream Elements. I kind of, whenever I went to one of these kiosks, since it's literally what I used to do, right? And go to conventions and go to malls and do these kinds of pitches and stuff, I really wanted to know their side of stuff. So I was like, all right, so you've got this great program that's going to replace everything I use, and it's free. How are you monetizing it? And he basically said investors, right? So investors are doing it. And I was like, that's fantastic, but your investors are going to eventually want to make money and get their money back. And I'm like, how are you getting your salary out of this? I had to understand the business model so that it wouldn't be a bait and switch thing in the future. But it basically seems as if investors along the lines of the Twitch side and like the Samsung side of it is helping this company grow so that it makes streaming easier, so that in general Twitch is used more often and Samsung is used more often and technology is purchased and all that stuff. So seemed pretty interesting, and I liked the answers I got. And we got Frodan. So Frodan, he was the guy I was talking to when Daimao Senryu was hanging out on the other side of this rope, and I got to meet him. Frodan, I truly admire. If you guys haven't seen him ever, like do commentary, you guys are missing out. He is the Ryan Seacrest of esports, and it just does a great job. He does like all the Hearthstone World Championships, and I believe he either used to or has like gotten into some StarCraft stuff, but just a phenomenal commentator and all sorts of competitive gaming. So really cool guy. I got to meet him last year as well on a new picture, and his hair changes like every few months, so that's cool. Look who it is, the Ninth Thought, you guys. He was in the stream just a little bit earlier today. First met him when he was asking really intelligent questions and impressed me like 3 years ago. And just stopped him on the way out of the panel. I was like, hey man, get a really intelligent question. What's your stream like? What are you doing? Here's who I am, all this stuff. And yeah, really, really good guy. He was a subscriber for the channel for so long. I want to say almost a year, I believe. But huge supporter of what I've been doing. Really, really, really nice guy. And I just ran into him. So it was super cool. And I got to introduce him to my friend Corrosion. So those guys became friends. And yeah, so hopefully, you know, they'll be able to host each other a lot and grow together. So this was posted by Starlight Blossom. Wait, not Starlight Blossom. Starlight Skies. So this is the creator of the Dark Horizons game. That's it. So she took a picture of me playing this game. Unfortunately, she chose a time when there's no actual gameplay on the screen. You can't really see how it looks like MechWarrior, but it does. So I was there for short out. Whoa! Oh my God! Oh yeah! Look at that! Subscribers, good stuff. Skull Monkey, going Blade style. Take my money. Thanks, dude. 11 months on Team BoQuest. Much appreciated. I forgot I had this thing still on. Thanks, man. If you guys got some Blade styles, hype it up in chat for me. And yeah, so I was here hanging out. You can see I'm the only one that signed up on the like tell me when this game is out thing. I was pretty sad. But I was hogging this for so long that I actually started just like pretending it was my job, kind of. So when people walked by, I was like, hey, let me can I show you what we got today in Dark Horizons? I'm like, we've got something. Have you ever played MechWarrior? Well, it's kind of similar. A lot of the mechanics are the same. You got your jump jets, you got your alpha strikes, you got your torso rotation, bipedal tanks, and you know, search and destroy. I'm like, go ahead, try it out. Here's the controls. I was literally pulling people into the booth and having and like teaching them this game just because it was fun for me, and I got other people to sign up after that. So that was exciting. And there you go, guys. There you go. That is all of the pictures from TwitchCon 2017. It was a pretty fun journey. I'm sure there's a handful of stories that either weren't photographed or I've just forgotten about. But yeah, it was just a really, really good time, and I liked it. 3rd year in a row. I'll definitely be going back next year. And I'm even considering going to maybe PAX or some other conventions this year, since apparently it's kind of the thing to do where all of my friends here that like I ran into here, they're gonna go there, they're gonna go to the next thing, BlizzCon. So yeah, I might actually consider that, where last year I just didn't think it would be worth it at all. So I'll look at some prices. If you guys want to meet up, thanks, good vibes for that crazy selfie. Next year TwitchCon for sure. And then maybe PAX or something. There you go, everybody. That is the full story and the full journey of TwitchCon this year. Pretty good time. Definitely worth it. All right. So let's see. There's all these notifications. So that